is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this Excursion. It is a 2005 Ford Excursion Limited, 6.0 turbo diesel, 4-wheel drive. Has a third seat, has DVD player. We bought it directly from a new car dealer in Phoenix, Earnhardt Ford. This is a trade-in. They can't sell any trade-ins they have on their used car dealership with over 100,000 miles or over 10 years old. So we buy anything that's diesel that's nice, and this is both of those. When we get them down to Tucson, we do about a 2-hour inspection of the vehicles, driving, scanning, up in the air, wheels off, etc. And it's my job to tell you what we found, what we're going to fix, what we did fix, and what we're not going to fix, but we're going to tell you about. Got a new fuel pump. It had a drip on it. It would probably be about an hour, maybe one drip an hour was coming off it, and the fuel pressure was a little low, so we gave it a fuel pump. Had a small crack low on the windshield, gave it a windshield. Needed front brake pads. And the scanner, even though it didn't have a check engine light, the scanner said that injectors 2 and 7 were a little bit low on pressure. So we bought 2 brand new ones, 2 and 7, and put those in. The driver rear cargo window on the back that vents out does not work. We're not fixing that. Kind of an unnecessary thing in the first place. Also, we found out the hard way that 1/8 of a tank is empty on this thing. The way to fix that is to get a fuel sender, which is $300, and install that. And then you get that extra 1/8 of a tank on your gauge. I say make that your 0 and go from there, and tell everyone who's given permission to drive it the same thing. If you want us to do it, add $300, we'll throw the labor in free and we'll do it for you. All right? I'm going to walk around, and show you what's going on. It is muggy and hot, so I got the AC going in there, and my phone overheats. I have to take my phone out of the freezer to do these videos, and it's already starting to get warm. Even though it's a nice cloudy day, it's about 100 and about 50% humidity. This is actually the only thing on the outside we're talking about. That's clear coat. This car's from Phoenix, so if you wanted to fix it, it would probably cost you about $300 to spray that corner, and there's a little bit of it right here. Other than that, it's beautiful. Tires are very high work. It would also appear that somebody's done suspension, done the shocks on it recently. My experience is that people who put expensive brand new tires on a vehicle right before they traded it in really didn't trade it in because they don't like the car. It's because they drove by Earnhardt and saw something they had to have, and they just happened to put tires on it recently, which is a good thing for the next guy. Got tow package. I got Nemo in the DVD player. Now we got it down here. We just took it to the car wash. We did not give it a detail. We're trying to keep the price down. If you want us to have it detailed before it goes, let us know, and we'll do that. Just add $150 for a detail. Personally, I mean, it could use a detail, I guess, if you want it to look brand new one time, but it'll look like it does now in about 2 weeks from just driving it. So that's up to you. The video and the pictures will tell you what you need to know. Rear air. See how that's what the carpet looks like. That's without a detail. There's your passenger rear window. I'm sorry, that was a driver rear window. This is the passenger rear window. There's a little something right there on that seat. This is a nice rig. I'm going to Laughlin, Nevada tomorrow. I'm taking my Acura RDX, but maybe I'm not. Nah, I'll leave that here.
What's happening? Why is he playing dance? gonna get flushed down that corner. He's gonna get out of here. He's gonna get close. What a special guy.
There's on. There's off.
Go.
Turn this down. There you go. Sorry. Forward, back, up, down, tilt forward, tilt back, tilt up, tilt down. A little bit of wear here, but for a vehicle that hasn't been detailed, not too bad. You got a manual, which is nice. That rarely happens. All right. Let's see. Window, driver window, passenger window, passenger rear window, driver rear window, mirrors. Out, in, up, down, other side, out, in, up, down. There you go. Let's see what else we got going on here. Locks. Alright. Let's see if I get some shade on this enough to see the light come on. That's on. That's off. Back, forward, up, down. Again, not detailed. This is how it looked coming in, which frankly I would probably want to see more than the clean version, the detailed version. It kind of gives you a better idea of what you're talking about here, how we saw it when we bought it. Alright, let me hop in here. Let's see. Alright, PC from the here. Let's see. We know that the CD player works. Let's go to radio. There's your radio. There's radio. Change the station. There you go. That's working fine. Turn this down. Actually, let's try the fan. Switch on the steering. There you go. Alright. Rear air is working. This is the only thing that doesn't work and we're not fixing. That side works. Okay. Alright. Let's see. I think that's like a $200 repair. I honestly don't remember the last time that mattered. That little button. There's your tow on. You can see that on the dash or not. It's on and off. Right there. Alright, let's see. So everything works on the steering wheel. Here's your adjustable pedals. Up. Actually, it's just an adjustable brake pedal, I guess. Yeah. Brake pedal. Let's see. Let's see, what else we got? That. I think I saw one set of speakers in the center console. One of those. 6-disc changer, air works, blah, blah, blah. There's your overhead console working. All that stuff. Whatever. Alright. Like I said, we found out the hard way that at about 1/8 of a tank, it's empty. What else? Let's see. Let me put it into neutral, and then we'll put it into 4 low. Now we're in 4 low. We're going to drive. And we're going to reverse. Oh, it wants a seatbelt, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Alright. While we're doing this, we're going to check the backup sensors to see if they work. So, hopefully we hear we're in 4 low in reverse, by the way. The answer is yes. Backup sensors work. Pull forward. I'm going to put it in neutral. We're going to test 4-wheel drive high. Now we're in 4 high. There we go. Now you can drive at speed. That 4 low was granny gear. And reverse. That's a nice rig. Very tight. Reverse. Back to 2-wheel drive. Let's go for a ride. It's not a clear title, so if you come to Tucson to drive it home, you're going to pay dock fee of $250. You're going to pay taxes. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. We have a lot of people from Alaska fly down here. Their state tax rate is 0. So they end up paying 2% tax and $250 dock fee. Here in Arizona, our state tax rate is 6.1. So people in Arizona who come here, they end up paying 8.1% tax and a $250 dock fee. If your state tax rate, for example, is 3%, you're going to pay 5% and a $250 dock fee. That's how it works. If you pay by wire and ship, all you pay is the agreed upon price, nothing else. No dock fees, no taxes, no plates. You deal with motor vehicle and the tax man when you go get plates. This thing runs great. A nice sounding exhaust too. And for a big Ford diesel, the steering is pretty tight. Actually, it's on a 1 to 10, with 10 being great. I'd say it's about a 7, 8, which is pretty good. It's actually really good. Because Ford's steering boxes are notoriously not tight. Brand new, they're not. Okay, this thing runs fantastic. Let's see. Please make sure you get a deposit. Deposit is $500. Once we have a deposit, we have a deal. We'll put your name and a banner over the truck at wheelkinetics.com. Until then, it is for sale. We do not hold vehicles for anybody or for anything. If somebody comes in behind you after we have agreed upon price and you don't have a deposit and they beat you, then they beat you. All right? We've sold this exact vehicle 3 or 4 times in the last, I think 4 times in the last 6 months. Exact year, exact miles, exact car. We know exactly what this car is going to bring because all of them brought the same amount of money. And they go fast. So please make sure you get that deposited once we have an agreed upon price. Last thing I say this in every video I do, is that there is no way to know what's going to happen to this Excursion a week from now, or a day from today, or whatever. It's a used vehicle. The people who designed it would have loved to have given it a 20-year, 2 million mile warranty, but they couldn't because they don't know either. If they don't know what's going to happen to it, there is absolutely no chance of us knowing what's going to happen to it. If you buy it and it needs, air conditioning, or it needs windshield wiper motor, or a window motor, or an engine, or a transmission, or whatever, go get one. If you don't want any risk, then I recommend buying new. They don't make this in a rig anymore, I don't believe. So that's going to be hard to do. But this thing is such a tight vehicle, it's hard to imagine something going on. 6.0s are famous. Their weakness is the EGR cooler. And they're not that expensive anymore. Shops are still getting people for $3 grand for that repair. If you ever need it, you go to bulletproof.com, buy an EGR cooler for $400, buy the fluids for $100, and a good, reputable guy will do it in 5 or 7 hours. It should cost you parts and labor between $1,000 and $1,300 or $1,400. You don't need to do an oil cooler, just an EGR cooler, and that's the truth. This one's obviously fine. It's scanned fine. It drives great. Things like, let's see, like we have a Duramax down there. They're famous for injectors, and you have to change every injector on those. That's $300 an injector times 8, plus huge labor. That's about a $4,000 problem. That's what they're notorious for. They don't do it very often, but when they do, it's ugly. This one is a pretty cheap, notorious problem. We're very comfortable with this now, and so are all the diesel shops. So if you want to do it preemptively, or when it does go, if it goes, that's what it should cost, and that should help you know a little bit more, have a little more information when you buy. Okay? Thank you very much for your time, and that's it.